Hey everyone, and welcome to TechBytes, tips and resources for educators, brought to you by MASSP. My name is Ryan Casey, and I'm pumped to be showing you this month's EdTech resource called Poll Everywhere. This is a great resource for anyone looking to poll or interact with their audience. Whether you're a principal using it in a faculty meeting or a teacher in the classroom, this resource allows you to engage with others through poll questions, and there's a ton of different ones you can choose from, which will allow you to check for understanding. The best part is, users can easily respond without needing an account and can even text in their replies if needed. I've been using this tool for over 10 years, way back as a classroom teacher, and continue to do so as an administrator and presenter. And the company keeps adding new features every year, so let's go ahead and check it out. Alright, I'm already logged in with my free account at polleverywhere.com. Again, that's polleverywhere.com. And from my dashboard screen, you can see all of the different polls that I already have created at one time or another. Again, I've been using this for a little while. So this is the area where you can kind of manage your polls, and you have some different options on how you want to keep them organized. For example, you can see I have two different groups. I have some that are just not grouped at all, some older ones, and then I have a couple that are grouped right here related to MASSP. So if you're thinking from a teacher standpoint, maybe you want all of your polls for your American history courses grouped in one section and then world history grouped in another. But again, from here, you can go ahead and download results related to the polls. You can clear them out. You can delete any of these polls. You can go ahead and go back in and start editing them again. Lock or unlock, and we'll explain what that means a little later. Again, you can rename them or even duplicate them, because a lot of times you don't want to have to reinvent the wheel if you're going to do similar style polls or surveys. So those are kind of your basic options, all from your dashboard screen. Next, we're going to go ahead and create our first poll. So to create our first poll, I'm going to go over to the left side of the screen here and click on Create. And so as I get ready to make my first question, you really got to think, what are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to create a warm-up or icebreaker activity? Is this a question you're going to post in the middle of a lesson as a formative assessment? Are you making an exit ticket? So once you kind of think of that, you can choose from the list here. And most of them are similar, but there are some ones that are pretty neat, a little different. For example, you can see you can make a word cloud based on the responses. You can do a question and answer session, a clickable image, a survey, which is similar to a multiple choice. You can just let people insert open-ended comments. And then there's more down here as well. For example, upvote, I've used that quite a bit if you want to let the audience rank the comments that are coming in. There's even, if I can find it here again, the emotion scale, kind of like a mood meter with different levels of smiley faces. So a lot of different ones you can choose from. We're going to do a simple one right now. I'm going to do multiple choice. So simple question here. Who is the executive director of MASSP? I just have to type in different names here. Again, you can see all the different options here, from adding in more choices. You can select which one is the correct answer. And then you even actually have some options where you can add an image if you want. Let's see if I have one on here. So once you have your information typed in, all you have to do is hit create, and let's see what this looks like. So this is the poll that we have created now. And this is kind of the main screen that you would probably display on a projector as you're trying to engage your teachers or your students. Notice a couple things. Number one, it lists the prompt at the top, the question that you're asking, and it also gives directions for how a learner can get to the poll from a smartphone or computer, as well as texting it in as well. You do have some controls over how you want this displayed. There are visual settings that you can change. You can change how, depending on the question that you're posting, different settings for how the information is displayed, like the type of chart. You can choose different themes, if you will. You can change fonts, change the background colors. You can even upload images, so you can really play with the visual look of these. You can even turn the poll on. That's called activate. So if you want a poll to be able to start accepting responses from an audience, you have to make sure that is turned on. You can also choose, like in this case, because it was multiple choice, there's a correct answer. Do you actually want to show them what the correct answer is? Which would be Wendy, of course. Anytime you want to pause your poll, you can lock it, so no more responses would be accepted. And then you can even clear the results. So one thing that's important to remember is the free account, you're allowed up to 40 responses to any given poll question. So maybe you want to use the same poll from first hour to second hour without having to create a new one. All you have to do is clear out the results, and then it's ready to go for your second hour, from second to third, that sort of thing. And then when it's ready simply to display, you would hit full screen, and it would show up and take over your entire screen, so it's ready to present. And then what's really cool is, I'm going to go ahead and type in an answer. You can see I just submitted. There's only one person who submitted to the poll, but it'll actually show and it'll change this information in real time live as they're coming in, which makes it a little more exciting for and engaging for your learners. So next up, I'm going to show you how some advanced settings that you can use before you're ready to present your poll. Finally, there are some advanced settings I just want to show you real quick before we wrap up. Over on the right hand of the screen, you see you have some different options related to configuring, testing, and presenting the poll. So in terms of configuring, you can select, how are people going to respond? Do you not want to let them be able to text this in, or do you want to only make them text the answer in? So you can choose that way. You also have audience restriction. Is it restricted to only participants only who are logged in? Can they use a screen name, or can they do it anonymously? Obviously, you have to be careful with that if you're a teacher with students, maybe. You can even select how many times they're allowed to respond to a poll question. And you can even choose, instead of having to manually lock, or pause your poll question, do you want to have an auto lock or unlock time? So you want this to go ahead and lock up as soon as your faculty meeting is over, or automatically unlock before second hour starts, that sort of thing. You can do that. You can also see what this looks like from a mobile device or from the web, as well as what it would look like if they were to text the response in. And then you do have some options for how you want to present it. What's really cool is you can actually have these poll questions be downloaded and inserted into a presentation slide. It works with PowerPoint, Keynote, and there's even an extension you can add to Google Slides, so you don't have to switch tabs back and forth between your presentation and between Poll Everywhere. So a few more options that you can use to really maximize the features of the poll question. Well, I hope you found this TechByte helpful for your daily practice. Again, this was a resource I used a lot as a classroom teacher and as a principal, whether I was trying to facilitate a faculty meeting or a presentation or a lesson with students. This tool was really, really helpful for that, and students seemed to like it, teachers seemed to like it. It was an easy way to engage everybody and give them a voice. Again, one thing just to point out, it is a free resource. There are more premium features that you can subscribe to or pay for. The basic or the free one for educators allows up to 40 responses per poll. So again, just keep that in the back of your mind as you're trying to figure out how you would like to use this. You can probably get around it by just simply copying the poll or clearing out results occasionally to allow more learners to respond. Again, that is polleverywhere.com. As always, if you have any suggestions or have other ideas for TechByte tutorials, please reach out to me, Ryan Casey, with ryan@michiganprincipals.org, or on Twitter @RCAYCE. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.